Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
I've gotten stuff of what are you looking for. I've also gotten get a job. I've gotten scammers.
A number of people looking for help this holiday season are turning to a risky way of asking for it. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Whether it's Christmas presents or joining another family for dinner, people in the Valley are posting on Craigslist asking for help.
One family telling us they didn't know where else to turn. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson shows us the potential dangers to this new trend and how you can safely help families in need.
Seeking help for, Christmas to get both my kids at least one gift because of my 4 back surgeries that I've had.
Single mom of 2, Dawn Olson, has had one struggle after the next, trying to make ends meet. Last year, they couldn't celebrate Thanksgiving or Christmas.
All the money goes to rent and the bills, and then after that, there's nothing left over.
Attempting to make this year different, Olson posted this ad on Craigslist, and there's other families doing the same.
I've seen a bunch on community resources through Facebook. I've seen quite a few on Craigslist looking for help, different scenarios.
One family is asking to be adopted by another this Christmas. I spoke with police who are skeptical of this online trend, saying inviting people into your home that you don't know is an easy way to set yourself up to be a victim. While some of the people online may be legit, police say there are better ways of donating this holiday season.
I'm not one of them, trust me, I'm not. What can I tell you differently than they're already telling you?
Olson says there are scammers out there, but there's also a lot of families in need who don't have many options.
Take the chance to meet someone and hear their story.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
If you're in the giving mood this holiday season, we have a list of a number of different places where you can donate Christmas presents. Log on to our website at valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
17 former members of the Obama administration have sent a letter to the president asking him to step in to block or reroute the Dakota Access Pipeline. All of them are American Indians or Alaska Natives and are urging the president to allow protesters to remain on Army Corps land and protect protesters from what they claim are civil rights abuses by law enforcement. The CEO of Energy Transfer Partners says the pipeline is safe and in a corridor containing 2 other pipelines. Reports released today say police believe Abdul Razak Ali Artan, the man who attacked pedestrians yesterday at the Ohio State University, was inspired by terrorist propaganda from ISIS.
It was a university police officer who was close to the scene that shot and killed Artan. Here in town, NDSU has police officers who can use guns to stop attacks on campus. But what about schools who have public safety officers?
Valley News Team's Giovanna Steemich tells us how schools like MSUM prepare for possible attacks.
But I was a student, I always feel safe on campus. I mean, to me, it's a pretty safe area in general. So I never had any problems or anything on campus.
Small Works is a public safety officer for MSUM and says situations like the Ohio State University attack are always on his mind.
I think about it. I mean, you always got to think about the worst that can happen.
MSUM Public Safety Director Jim Schuman says although officers aren't allowed to use guns, they're well prepared for possible campus attacks.
They take a lot of the same training as what police departments do. We have our officers trained with the police department on different offerings that they have.
In Minnesota, the University of Minnesota is the only school in the entire state where officers can use guns.
All the other schools in the state, public or private, have either campus safety, security, or public safety departments, which are basically non-armed departments.
Each officer at MSUM carries a baton, taser, and chemical spray. Schuman says there is a Moorhead police officer on campus every day in case something does happen.
I think it's beneficial for us, the community here, the campus community, to be able to have them here and able to respond, interact with our staff.
Public safety officers at MSUM and Concordia train with the run, hide, fight method. Schuman says with the quick response time from Moorhead Police, the campus is well protected.
We just plan and train to give people the best options that we have available for them with the resources that we have.
In Moorhead, Giovanna Steemich, Valley News Live.
Minnesota State University Moorhead Public Safety says they plan on purchasing vests for officers to keep them safe.
An area high school was put in a soft lockdown for a short time this afternoon. Crookston police were called following the incident when a student near the front door of the school at 2:30 this afternoon. Now, this incident lasted about 25 minutes. Superintendent Chris Bates says the situation was quickly resolved and no one was injured.
It had been a situation with a student that got immediately confined and into a limited area. The police came and helped, and an ambulance was called as well. But
so basically, the student was in a combative, fighting mood, but no weapon involved?
No weapon, and the student really wasn't in a combative mood. You know, I think it was more a question of safety for that student. And
Bates adds a soft lockdown is basically when students are in classrooms and not allowed to leave. Classes did resume after the incident was resolved.
Tonight's restaurant report card serves up some changes to how your favorite restaurants will be inspected in the Fargo area.
Valley News Team's Cornelius Hocker breaks down the new licensing structure.
For the past 3 years, we've been uncovering the inspection records of some of the dirtiest and cleanest places to eat around the Red River Valley with our weekly feature, Restaurant Report Card. We've heard from many of you who say you like knowing who's not making the grade, and we've also heard from many restaurants who haven't enjoyed their dirty secrets made public. Beginning next year, Fargo Cass Public Health will be inspecting some restaurants more than others, and this will impact what you know about your favorite eateries. The change comes in the form of a 3-tiered system. Tier 1 includes places like Starbucks and most convenience stores. They'll be inspected at least once per year. Tier 2 includes your fast food restaurants. Think McDonald's, Dairy Queen, or Kentucky Fried Chicken. They'll all be inspected at least twice per year. Tier 3 establishments will receive the most attention. Lucy's, Doolittle's, Brutus's Brick House, all places that offer a full-service restaurant experience. They'll be inspected at least 3 times per year. This change comes directly from the Food and Drug Administration through the North Dakota Department of Health to hopefully combat the incidence of foodborne illnesses. It's important to note we have tried for weeks to speak on camera with inspectors from the health department about the new process. We've been unsuccessful in getting anyone to speak with us. However, we will continue to pull inspection records on restaurants in the area as they are inspected under the new process and let you know what we find. Andrea?
The tiers are ranked 1 to 3, showing which establishments have working environments that are susceptible to foodborne illnesses. That's why full-service restaurants are inspected more than fast food places or coffee shops.
Certainly was an explosive situation at the time, and we're learning today the volunteer fire department in Callaway, Minnesota responded the best way possible. The team has been given the Emergency Management Best Practice Award for response and how it took action after a train crash involving a propane tanker truck. It happened in March. There was a fire, later an explosion. The town was evacuated. A shelter was set up and traffic diverted on Highway 59. There was extensive damage within the community, but no fatalities. Callaway is located 11 miles north of Detroit Lakes.